if you look in there, you can see I think that day one on this garden. Oh, here comes some guy found a little $30,000. Hey guys, I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I've been back for a week at least, but with all the rain that's been going on and stuff, this is what I've come back to. Some of it looks pretty. I've actually worked on this already. And that. Basically what we got is a lot of extra weeds and intrusions and stuff. So this week I'm going to endeavor in cleaning out and having a lot less weed intrusion and a lot more focus on the flowers. Welcome to Saving Our Sanctuary. Pottery shards from Hurricane Ian. Some of this stuff they got beat up. I don't know why we leave it there, but I think it's kind of like a reminder. That's a miniature pineapple right there. Obviously has its fruit. These things grow quite a bit. So this is my initial. The pond isn't operational right now. I may just fill it up and run it, but so I do want to get the pond going again. What happens, we have a leak in it, and I just don't have time. I don't know why this one is there. You could see pollywogs in there and stuff now. This is water just from the rain. It was drained at one time. Okay. It's only about 5 minutes. Biggest problem is, you know, these guys are growing on top of rubber stuff like this, but the underlayment for building landscaping areas, rocks and stuff. And over the years, enough dirt's built up into this that you now have a dirt base on top of it. Yeah, I guess I could throw chemicals on here, but I really don't want to. I'm not that type of guy. Sorry. This is really in V's world. Check what I found. I found my replacement pump. That's not the original. That's the original's in there. We do have to replace this liner. So I have to remove every one of these rocks before to do it, on top of removing this guy right here. I may just do it because I have all the material. I have a new liner sitting on the shop, in the shop, waiting to go. I just haven't had enough motivation. Anyhow, check these guys out. These are orchids right here. I'll get over there. I'm gonna have to stand up. Look at that. I didn't even know they were blooming, but they're in the midst of getting taken over by things like this. See? I go. Oh no, I know what that is. Definitely taking over. Okay. Let's get this out there. And this is a gorgeous philodendron. That's all one thing. It started over here and it just migrated. And we've tried to train it up there and it is kind of working. Oh, check this out. This is a jewel orchid too. And those are tiny buds. And of course, in the middle of it is more invasive stuff. Okay. And you can see there's some flower there. But I'm going to have to pay special attention to that guy in the next couple of days. Try to get all the junk out of there. And this one too. Well, it looks pretty good right now. I think this is a West African orchid and I can't remember what, but at one point it was totally invasive and now it's like not so much. But do you hear that? That's just brittle. So I got to get that out and put a new liner in. This liner's like 20 years old. It has a leak in it. That's why I'm taking it apart. That's why I need to fix it. All right, I'm going to keep on. So day one on this garden, found another rock. I think we found some other stuff in here. Did break off a couple of caladiums because they're on their cycle right now and it's getting dry. I have water here, so I'll run it this afternoon. But we found orchids. I will be repotting this because these guys are full of weeds, but more importantly, it's all rusted out. We repurpose whatever we have for pots. If they have holes in them, if we need holes in them, yep. There's only one or two that don't, like cypress papyrus, because you want it wet. See these things. Used to have lots of pine trees here. Matter of fact, I think we had one right there and one right up here, and they were both like 60 feet. They ended up on our house in Hurricane Ian. So there's an allocation coming up, I think. Of course, this one is a Regal Field favorite, and getting these weeds out help us focus on the plants we really want to see. Not to mention discovering one New York orchid over here and realizing that these guys are actually blooming. Can't focus on it if you can't see them, right? Day one. Okay, it's day two. Instead of, before I get back to this mess in here, I thought I'd go ahead and do some trimming around the outside and kind of finding blackjacks and getting rid of them fast. Let's go. The big ones you gotta worry about is invasive pieces. But I planted calanchas over here and I don't see them. But I have these things. Very invasive. Those are calanchas. Sorry, I get carried away. There we go. Next one right here. Same bit of fun. Alright, so today I don't have a bag. I just ran out. That was my last bag yesterday. Let me go ahead and make a pile. Good thing I do. Look, I'm finding trash. Since we I forgot, I know why I stopped yesterday. It's these little guys down here. These are fire ants. I know they look crazy, but they're fire ants. Yeah. I think I'll move to another section. I haven't been bitten yet. Here's why I have a problem with just letting them overgrow. See, this is last month. Guess what's under here? How could it possibly grow that fast? I mean, this is a bed. Look at that. Gee, I think this has been under here since hurricane because it's broke. Yep. The reason why it's broke is because somebody with a skid steer thought that when I said no, let's just get the pots Don't run into landscape. It's even more. They interpret it as, yes, hit everything. Make sure landscape feels the full brunt. That's a big, it actually goes a little bit further. We'll cover it just a minute. So I have these stacked across, and there used to be a tiki hut thing right here, which of course all got trashed during the hurricane, but still. See, it got beat up. I may reset it. I may not. I may break it up into its components and use them in other recoveries. But you see there's a rock. There should be another one right here. Alright. Hey, Hood. Hey, buddy. Yeah. He can't hear or see a lot right now. He's pretty old now. I mean, physically and mentally, his back legs sometimes don't work. He can't hear. He touches me, get guidance out the door, so I'm not sure he can really do a whole lot. So I'm switching gears right now. Going out here, this is the water culvert, and I can tell there's just that really nasty grass in there, and I just pulled out a chunk. So I'm going to go after it's nut grass. After nut grass first, then I'll clean up everything else. See if you can see any light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, I don't think so. This was probably the worst thing I ever did, was put these gardens up here. From day one, people were hitting the wall, and it's not a high wall. One of my friends actually pulled his truck in here and backed in, showing how clever he was, that he had a little Jeep thing. He hit the wall, knocked it over. Getting into him. Sorry, buddy. Anyhow, this was supposed to be a 5-seconder. I now know what I need to do. I'll get a shovel out today or tomorrow. Keep clean, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna clear up the edging right up to it, or as much as I can. Definitely on the other sides where we have completely blocked. This side's okay. I extended and I couldn't find it. Oh. So I get some of this root mass out here. A little bit easier for me. All right. Pray that there are no hurricanes soon. Actually, pray that there aren't ever again. All right, those guys are too far out. Thing about the broomies, they've grown over the edge. And that grass growing in between it. Okay, there have been shifts here. All right, these guys, I do dozens of them. See, he's starting to bloom. He'll continue to bloom. So, all right, 3 days in, I've been hitting this like an hour each day. Just so I didn't destroy all the little, I don't know what the purple guys are. I want to say purple hearts, but they aren't. You comment if you think you know where they are. Yeah, it's looking a lot better. But I've got another job we need to do today. And it's back there at the culvert like we were doing yesterday. I'm going to see if I can get that wall somewhat straight. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be straight. So let's go. I don't know if I did a after picture yesterday, but this is where we're at. Not looking for a whole lot, just trying to get that brick up. That one's got to be reset, and I may actually reset it, but that's the brick I want. If you can tell, there's been damage all the way across. Yeah, so let's see what we can do. It's made of harder stuff. This one. May end up having to reset the whole wall, so which I'm going to do in the end. One loose one. Yeah, I'm gonna end up resetting these completely. All right, so I thought it'd be a short project, but looks like I'm gonna end up with a fixing the wall video. I've already done that for one. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it right now until I get a better plan. All right, guys. So another project into the future. This one was pretty clean 3 months ago. Rainy season came and it just overwhelms us. We got so many different spots. But let's look at what we did do. Whoa, look at that one. Just walking through. What we did do, we exposed at least one orchid in here. There it is. This guy right here had flowers the other, oh, right here. Beautiful little guy. Volunteered himself. Yeah, these guys look a lot cleaner. That's my Regal Shield. It's a little sun bleach there, but that'll do fine. Found a few trash pieces. Still not finished with that, but we got so many fire ants in this area. I have to treat it. And likewise, that's why we got that little bunch of weeds right there. I'll be working on that. Found rocks that we used to have as decorative entrances to the garage. Found one, found this one this morning. I'm sure there's one there and one there. See some broken up ones over here, which I knew about. I actually put them there. I'm opening up this whole thing. There are plants in here that I want, but most of this, for the most part, this is all junk. These are all weeds overrunning an area that got decimated. There were like 5 trees here, pines, which that's on top of the remains of one. Pretty huge, and they fell through the house and stuff. And at least one pachyderm, which, or ponytail palm, they're commonly called. And when they got cut down, as we were cleaning up the place, they got cut down, which was the first thing they got wrong. But it got cut down, and when it got cut down, there's about 10 others that grow from the sides of them. So if you accidentally cut one down or one gets broken in half, cut it clean and you'll get a bunch more out of it. Okay, what else? This K car. This guy's got a K truck. I like it. 660 cc's of pure power, straight from Japan. So the pond still looks like the pond. I tend to think that in the next week or two, I would have done it this week, but we got tadpoles in there, and my wife's ever the naturalist or whatever it is, environmentalist. She pointed out that there were tadpoles in there. Otherwise, it would have been part of this video. Got everything for it. I just need to drain the big pot, take it off, and then pull the liner up. This still needs work. Our big culvert work is done. This side here, you can now see through it and see the other side, which I think was closed, but I could be wrong. You guys saw it first on camera. I thought it was, this side was really buggered up, but as I pulled them out, I pulled out some bromeliads there, beautiful bromeliads, which were growing over the side. I'm starting to set the wall, which I think, which is like the same brick as that. It's just, I don't know why they turn blue this way. I think it might be because there were plants all over them and they're getting dyed. D-Y-E-D. Yeah, oh, I didn't show you this. I started cutting into here, and those are cardboard palms that are volunteering there. Those will be around for a while. You hear that? This is why these guys, these cat, I think they're Cassius. Look at that bee going for it. Huh? He's cool. I'm kind of looking at the forest here, and I'm going to start to cleaning that up. But big thing is to make progress. Some long-term things, such as the culvert, was completed, cleaning out the culvert. Some short-term things, such as weeds, also actually fixed. This guy was set up a long time ago for a waterfall, and I never did get to that point because, well, life. And also a lot of these rocks and stuff we have to figure out, because I am doing a rock edge, but I could use those rocks in other places. And I may do that. I have a lot of those types, so I may be able to. And those are native Floridian. These are northern rocks. I'm gonna call them northern rock slate. And they're not slate, they're, you guys could tell me, but they're probably mined in Pennsylvania or somewhere in the Adirondacks. So I'm Dave. Just saving our sanctuary. Finally back from several different trips. I'm refreshed, I'm ready to roll. I'm starting with gardens. You'll see any of our other stuff on in the next week or two, including what's going on with my workshop expansion, because I have a video and it'll be out this week, maybe at the same time this comes out. And like, subscribe, comment, tell me what those plants are that I can never tell you the names of. And I am out.